everybody, my name is CulBlu, and I'm bringing you guys this game in the JoinDota League. This is going to be xGame versus House of Gamers. Sorry, I typed something. It's going to be xGame.kz versus House of Gamers, and this is going to be the second game in the series. So if you guys haven't seen the first game in the series, I would highly suggest you go check out the first game, because CulBlu's about to spoil everything. Because something happened in the last game that we need to talk about this game, and your time's officially up. So, House of Gamers did drop the last game. xGame did come out victorious in the last game, so congratulations to them, of course. But as far as what we saw last game, is we basically saw xGame basically have a Lycan and a push strategy. Like they went super heavy, we're gonna push as hard as we possibly can. And they eventually overwhelmed House of Gamers. But I want to say one thing is that if House of Gamers had a carry who I think would be a little bit more reliable, not necessarily saying Ember Spirit's trash or Ember Spirit sucks or anything like that. I'm just saying on the sense of, they had Ember Spirit, by the way, as a primary person doing damage. Ember Spirit did well for what he was doing. But they had somebody in this place, like instead of Ember Spirit, they went for a time like an anti-mage, maybe they want somebody else like a Faceless Void who actually got banned out. I think they would have done fantastic, and they probably just flat out won the game because the game lasted too long. But xGame, their push strategy did eventually win. They had a Shadow Shaman Jakiro, and they also had a Lycanthrope, of course, and they had a Viper who can kind of push. I mean, he's kind of good at killing towers. He's like kind of sort of good at doing that. And just to preference all my statements that I have here, just for everybody who's watching, that doesn't necessarily listen to me cast all the time. Two things that I don't like is I don't like a carry Viper, and neither do I like a carry Razor. The simple fact is that I don't think they're really that great as carries. Yeah, you can bring out really cool, awesome games where basically they're just like flat out carrying the whole entire game. Sure, I understand that, I get that, that's cool, and I'm happy for you. But the main thing I'm trying to get at is that I don't think they're able to do much. I mean, Razor, you basically, jeez.
10 seconds remaining.
Sorry. Razor as a carry, you basically need to steal somebody's damage before you can actually do any damage at all for Razor late game. And when you get to late game situations, you don't have 8 seconds to do static link on somebody before you can actually go for a kill. Like, you have to be able to kill them outright, or else they're going to kill you outright. Viper, more or less the same concept. He's become super survivable, super tanky with air quotes. You can still kill him relatively easy. But I think it's just a situation of, like, those two I kind of see as the Marios in games. And if you guys play games and stuff, you know Mario in general, for like, you know, Mario Golf, Mario Tennis, Mario Strikers, whatever you want to call it. He's always like the all-around person, the jack of all trades, master of none. I think Razor and Viper kind of fit into that category. Like, they just kind of fit in any strategy. They don't necessarily give you that much of an advantage, but they just kind of fit somehow. So with all this said and done, I think xGame, they're going to end up relying on the Viper as a carry because Lycan was starting to fall off. Not necessarily fall off really hard, but he was starting to fall off. And I didn't think Viper was able to do anything to actually help out. So maybe if xGame had a more reliable carry on their side as well, outside of just Lycan for the push, they would have been able to do really well and actually flat out just win the game. So both sides kind of suffered from the sense that they didn't have a carry who was like super reliable in the sense like if you last long enough, this carry will carry you. Ember Spirit, he will carry you in certain situations. If there's a lot of summon units, he will carry you. If he gets a lot of farm, he will carry you. If he dies a lot, he won't carry you. And he didn't die a whole bunch, but it's just I don't know. It's just one or two bad team fights. Basically, helped xGame win the game because House of Gamers had 2 or 3 bad team fights, and it basically took too much. So anyway, that's going to be it for my rant about that. Let's go and talk about the bans that we see, because we got a Tyrant to Lycan, Elder Titan, and Brewmaster getting banned out by both sides respectively. Elder Titan and Brewmaster in the sense of team fight potential is actually pretty strong. Lycan getting banned out for obvious reasons, so nice little respect ban. Also Tidehunter getting banned out as well for obvious reasons, nice respect ban as well. Tidehunter got his Blink Dagger Refresher online actually kind of fast. Like, he rushed all 3 of those items in the sense that he got Arcane Boots, Blink Dagger, and a Refresher. So in the main sense is that he basically had those items at about like the 30-minute mark, which is fantastic for a Tidehunter. That means he's been involved in a lot of kills, he's been involved in a lot of team fights, he hasn't been dying too terribly much, although I don't recall exactly how many times he died last time around. But having that double refresher that early on is just basically forced House of Gamers to a bad position, because like you can go for a fight if you want, but Tidehunter's going to double ravage you, and you're going to lose your team fight completely. So that's always something to be very, very, very afraid of. Excuse me. Oh man, I came out weird. So as far as the picks, we got a Jakiro pick, and we also got an Ogre Magi pick and a Barrow pick. So these picks I actually like to see. These are actually really good picks. Ogre Magi as a pick, he's a relatively survivable support. He's not like super ultra tanky, but he's tanky enough to where he can take quite a bit of abuse from right clicks, and he just walk in, do whatever he wants, and then walk away. He's alive. So that's always something that's valued in a support. Unlike a Vengeful Spirit, who's a little bit more flimsy, but she does. I think Vengeful Spirit gets you a little bit more as far as like being able to help you, you know, utility wise, help you push things. But Ogre Magi much better as far as his aggression, able to go for the ganks. And speaking of going for the ganks, we got the king of ganks on a bat right now. Bat already getting picked up by House of Gamers. Sticky Napalm really annoying to deal with. Lasso always a huge presence on the map, and I'm thinking along the lines of maybe xGame want to go for somebody who naturally builds a Linkosphere, but instead they go for Face of Void for this side. So I was thinking something along the lines of a Weaver. Weaver can technically still fit in this lineup, and also let me go ahead and talk about the Faces Void, because Faces Void combinations that we've seen so far, I've seen a Skywrath Mage Faces Void, I've also seen a Troll Roller Faces Void, which actually I'm a huge fan of Troll Roller Faces Void. I think it just gives you so much flexibility in your lineup. Like, it doesn't matter what your other people are. Faces Void and Troll Roller just fit together so well. Basically, you Chronosphere, Troll Roller pops his ult, and he kills a tower somewhere else while you kill somebody, and Chronosphere is really great. Also, on top of that, if you do win a team fight, you can just pop your ult as a Troll Roller and just do things. I actually think I'm just a fan of Troll Roller. Unfortunately, as a hero or as a carry, Troll Roller can't really do it by himself. He needs some help from somebody else. And I do think that's always a problematic thing. But with all this said and done, though, Troll, he can still be picked up by xGame. That is one person to consider. Moving on to the bans that we see so far, though, we got the Doombringer, and we also got the Legion Commander getting banned out. Interesting to see the Legion Commander ban. I wasn't expecting to see a Legion in this game. I guess technically Legion can give Face of Void some more attack speed, but I mean, outside of that, I didn't foresee Legion getting picked up. If you did have a Legion picked up on the side of xGame side, there'll be once again a very mobile team. Again, Jakiro can eventually build a Blink Dagger. Face of Void has a built-in Blink Dagger and his Time Lock. And Legion Commander, I think a better Legion Commander is a Blink Dagger. Some people argue Shadow Blade is better on Legion Commander, but I think no, just go for Blink. It's worth it. Just get Blink Dagger on Legion Commander. So you can just blink in, drop a duel, and get somebody easily killed. Speaking of easily killed, we got Dazzle getting banned up by xGame, so they don't want to have no shallow graves. They also don't want to have Faces Void getting doomed up. They are still opened up to somebody like a Puck being picked inside of House of Gamers, and if they do get a Puck inside of House of Gamers, that's going to put them into a situation where they have two people who are really
10 seconds
impactful, I guess that's what I'm looking for. And Barrett, a huge person as far as being able to control the tempo of the game. Puck, a huge person in the sense that she's able to just, illusionary jaunt or phase shift or whatever the heck it's called. Orb. Illusionary Orb. She's able to illusionary Orb. Is it illusionary Orb? I don't know, I forgot the name of it. We'll see it whenever it gets picked up. But she'll be able to just jump all around the place, and she gives Faces Void quite a bit of heartache. Like, she gives Faces Void more heartache than he should actually have. Also, another person throughout there is Witch Doctor. Witch Doctor gives Faces Void a lot of trouble too. Of course, combined with Puck and Witch Doctor, I think Faces Void can actually do quite a bit. Witch Doctor specifically, he can do a whole bunch of damage. It's kind of the same case as Skywrath Mage with his ult. Basically, Faces Void Chronos, Skywrath Mage drops his ult, and the person that they're focusing dies anyway. Oh, also Zeus. I've seen Faces Void Zeus combinations too. I think those are the weirdest ones. Like, Faces Void Zeus just able to kill somebody during the Chronosphere. I'm just don't know all the combinations of Faces Void I can possibly think of that I've seen so far. But with all this said and done, though, all that aside, I think we're going to see somebody along the lines of maybe a Troll Wallet or a Skywrath Mage on the side of xGames. And we got a Crystal Maiden getting picked up by House of Gamers, so they have the supports getting picked up on their side. Ogre Magi, Crystal Maiden, Barrett, they're pretty much trying to get aggressive as they possibly can on top of xGame. And I think xGame are going to have to be on their toes, they're going to be on the P's and Q's, because Faces Void just might be dinner for these guys. Sand King, a nice little counter pick, so to speak, in this lineup. Sand King, really explosive as far as his impact in a team fight, and also if he can just pop his Epicenter and Faces Void pops a Chrono, that's a nice combination too. A lot of AoE damage coming up from that, but I don't think that's going to be the bread and butter. I think the main thing is going to be just Sand King being able to initiate those fights and just get a nice Epicenter off. And Crystal Maiden is going to be dinner for pretty much everybody, so she needs to be very careful. And we need to see a lot of aggression for Crystal Maiden early on. We need to see a lot of aggression come out from Crystal Maiden early on, because if they can shut down Faces Void flat out, then I think they'll be having the most advantage, because not only are you shutting down Faces Void to where he comes online like really late, but you also have a Bat Rider that can just continue to shut him down later on with Bat Rider that's finally come online. So Crystal Maiden, a nice little holdover for that. The other picks we see is Invoker, of course, and Naga Siren. Naga Siren, I'm fearful now, because everybody loves to favor a Radiance on Naga, and I think in this game it'll be okay. I don't know if we're going to see an Invoker go for Blink Dagger, and it depends on how he builds. A Quas Wex Invoker typically builds Blink Dagger. I don't know if we're going to see a Quas Exort Invoker to be the holdover carry for Faces Void. I think that would be a little bit greedy, but that can be a thing that they can definitely do. But if Naga does get a Radiance, they'll be able to stop Sand King from blinking and also Invoker and Jakiro from blinking, assuming they're getting Blink Daggers, of course. So that'll be good in that respect, but it will just basically delay House of Gamers' ability to actually compete with xGame in the mid game. Do I think Invoker's going to be all that competitive in the mid game? Yes, because I want to say he's going to be building Quas Wex, because based on the lineup right now, Quas Wex Invoker will be perfect. Having the EMP Tornado just to basically stall for Faceless Void to get his farm, and then having Jakiro Sand King follow up with some damage, they might be able to get kills by themselves. And they have themselves a natural 3 protect one instead of a 4 protect one, because between the 3 of those guys, they should be able to kill a lot of people. But with all this said and done, if we see a Quas X1 Invoker, that means that they're basically going to be holding back on xGame side and being very passive. And I think the longer xGame be passive, or is passive this game, the worse it's going to get from them, because you have Batrider who's basically on a timing window of Tranquil Boost, Blink Dagger, Force Staff. If he gets those 3 items, he's going to do his job. Whether you want him to or not, he's going to do his job. You also have a timing window in the sense of Crystal, or Naga Siren, which she's going to be building her Radiance, and once she gets her Radiance, she starts building her survivability and her damage. So she gets a Radiance, and then she gets herself a Manta Style, and then she gets herself some Future Travel and a Heart of Tarrasque, and at that point, it's going to start snowballing out of control. And yeah, Faceless Void is a good person to go against a lot of carries, but I don't know how well he's going to be able to go against a Batrider plus a Naga Siren. And also, we still have to consider that House of Gamers still need a mid, and they could get somebody who's as impactful as an Ember. Never mind. Ember Spirit's not really impactful. And I was going to say Puck too, but they banned on Puck. So, I'm trying to think of who they're going to go for then. Oh, Centaur would have been nice. Yeah, Centaur would have been nice. And they go for Death Prophet, which, oh my gosh, guys, Death Prophet's been pulled this whole entire time. CulBlu clearly not paying attention. And that's going to be it for that one. Venomancer is going to be the last pickup for that one too. So that's going to be it. I mean, the lineup for House of Gamers is looking quite scary. I'm a little bit afraid that xGamer are going to be playing too passively. Of course, the aggression is going to be in the face or in the hands of House of Gamers for the first go around, mainly because Crystal Maiden is there, and the amount of aggression you can have with Crystal Maiden guys is ridiculous. Like Frostbite's so good early levels. Ogre Magi there to help out as well. They might have enough damage to actually kill people by themselves. So we'll likely see some easy early game ganks from coming from House of Gamers, and then the passive mana generation is good for everybody else. But the timing window is there for House of Gamers, or for X Games. Like they need to be impactful. They need to make sure that Crystal Maiden doesn't do too much, so they need to mitigate their losses early game, and they also need to make sure that Batrider stays as held back as possible. Of course, once Batrider gets his Blink Dagger Force Staff, it doesn't matter. He's going to be able to do whatever he wants anyway. Like I said, no matter what you want to do. So I think Sand King's Blink Dagger timing is going to be important. Invoker's build choice is going to be important too. I do hope we see a Wex Exort into Quas Wex Invoker, or Quas Exort Invoker, which is something that you sometimes see, in the sense that you just basically get an early point of Wex and an early point of Exort, just like do a little bit of controlling. And then later on you build yourself Quas Exort, which I think is good, because then you have your control that you need to make sure Faceless Void has the space necessary to farm. And then afterwards you just get yourself a whole bunch of damage, but we'll see. We shall see what Carl does this time around, guys. Alright, so anyway, let's go and do introductions. Start off on the side of HOG, or House of Gamers, on this Crystal Maiden. We see ourselves a moment on that Crystal Maiden, rocking a very cool outfit. Get it? Because she's ice. Cool. No? Okay. Moving on to this Ogre Magi, though. We see ourselves... sorry, Faith in Strangers playing that Ogre Magi. And on this Death Prophet, we see ourselves Slash Strike playing that Death Prophet. And on this Batrider, we see ourselves at Follow Sleazy playing that Batrider. And the last one is on this Naga Siren, we see ourselves Malum playing that Naga Siren. Moving to the side of X Game, on the Sand King, we see ourselves Wadafaka playing that Sand King. And on this Invoker, or Carl as I like to call him, because I know him personally. I don't. I feel like if I did, I'd be very afraid in my life, because he looks very threatening. Like, bro, do you even contacts? Anyway, on this Invoker, we see ourselves Mantis playing that Invoker. And last one is, moving on to this Venomancer, we see ourselves S74 LC47. I feel like that spells something. Oh, that's static. Wait, no, is that static? It's STA. Okay, no, I'm gonna call him static. Statistica, let's call him that, because I just realized that actually spells something, because CulBlu knows a little bit of League, guys. Hey. And moving to his Faceless Void, we see ourselves No Fear playing that Faceless, and last one is almost Jakiro, or Jakiro, as I like to call him sometimes. We see ourselves Equal playing that Jakiro. And that ends all the calls on the map so far. Alright. So yeah, that's pretty much all the callouts around the map. So we'll see how these lanes decide to match up. I mean, we got Invoker playing mid versus Death Prophet, so that'll be a cool thing. in the long run, Invoker should be a little bit more involved. He is going to be going for Quas Exort, I'm assuming. Quas Exort. So that means it's going to be a little bit more laid back than I was kind of expecting to see. But of course, Crystal Maiden is on the map, so she would be able to punish Invoker's rotations quite easily by herself. Maybe have or stall Invoker a little bit enough, or long enough for Ogre Magi to rotate in, and it should be able to get a few kills. So that would be, I guess, a bad decision. But so far, I think the timing is going to be in favor of HOG because they will be able to create some space with that Crystal Maiden. And we got Barrett actually up top. He's in a little bit of trouble. No point or no ability picked up. He's gonna be forced to go Firefly. Yeah, he's gonna force a Firefly out of there. That's gonna be a bad position for him. He's trying to hide himself, and he's gonna go for the sticky napalm stacks on top of Jakiro because Barrett is official level 2, and he's gonna be able to harass equal back. Yay, bonus damage. But anyway, Barrett is up top in the Suicide solo lane versus a Venomancer, Jakiro, and also a Sand King. So we got a core. I'm assuming this is a core Jakiro, but actually no, this is a core Venomancer. Okay. How does CulBlu feel about core Venomancers? Not very hopeful. Speaking of not very hopeful, we got a lot of damage coming towards Faces Void. He's forced all the way back out of his lane, forced to give himself 1 point in time walk and 1 point in backtrack as well. Backtrack early is defensively good because it basically increases your effective HP by 10%, assuming that you actually get some evasions or things, and technically increases it by a little bit more depending on what you actually dodge or backtrack. So no fear down bottom. He's playing very defensively, of course. By the nature of his lane, he needs to, because you're a Crystal Maiden, Ogre Magi, and Naga Siren. You don't want to push out the lane if you don't have to. And also, if you do have to, you really want to play as cautiously as you possibly can, because Crystal Maiden Frostbite and also Ogre Magi follow-up stun will probably be in more than enough damage to actually kill Face of Void, who has pretty much no HP. Not necessarily literally no HP, but pretty much no HP. Moving on mid though, Invoker is going for Quas Exort, of course. He has his Cold Snap up, he has his Sun Strike too. Speaking of strikes, we got Slash Strike on the Death Prophet, going for that Witchcraft Cryptid Swarm build, because what else would you do? There's only like 4 abilities there anyway. Also stats, I guess. But she will be able to just basically nuke Invoker down. Invoker does, like I said, have Quas Exort, so he does have the extra regen coming out from the Quas, because that regen is freaking OP. Yeah, 1 extra regen for no apparent reason. That's like so crazy. And yeah, so the game continues on. Meanwhile, down bottom we got Faces Void, just trying to get himself some levels or some XP. And Ogre Magi is just playing bodyguard right now, just saying no, just forcing Faces Void out. Faces Void is gonna go ahead and do a little dance. And okay, he time walks on accident. All right, that was an accident. Yeah, he time walks. No fear, gonna take quite a bit of damage. Oh my gosh, no fear, he's gonna be going down. Ogre Magi gonna be able to claim himself a solo kill. He links out, gets popped. Looks like Faces Void survives with 10 HP. No fear almost loses life. That lucky backtrack. And oh my gosh, the Sunstrike from Invoker right here. It's on the other side though. Sorry, Invoker and Faces Void on the same team. Oh, Ogre Magi almost died. That's what it was. But yeah, Faces Void almost lost his life. So no fear, almost, or definitely having no fear, because I would have been very fearful in that situation. He time walked like 2 units forward and then he like almost dies. Anyway. But yeah, this is basically a testament to showing you how cautious Faces Void has to be, because Ogre Magi by himself has enough damage to kill Faces Void at half HP. If Crystal Maiden is there with the whole entire, what, 2 second? Okay, 2 second. 2 second Frostbite, then it's basically a dead Faces Void, because that's him stunned for 2 seconds. That's additional right clicks that he's going to be feeling on his back, and also you have the stun plus the burn damage coming out from Ignite and also Fire Blast respectively. So those are things to be very afraid of. Speaking of things to be very afraid of, Sand King has a haste stream. That's one thing to be very afraid of. We got Wadafaka about to help his team get a kill. Barrett again called the Ice Path. He's trying to run away, but he will be going down one way or another. It looks like that Venomancer will be able to claim that kill. So I call you. I don't know. Is that static? Stall Cat. Thank you. Jesus, that was killing me. All right, somebody just said that's Stall Cat. Okay, I see. CulBlu clearly can't spell, guys. That's Stall Cat. All right, Stall Cat on that Venomancer. Jeez. Thank you, Base God Twitch chat. Anyway, moving back into the lanes around the corner, we got Jakiro getting hit with a nice little ice path, and here comes the burn as well. I don't know if it'll be enough to kill him. Actually, no, that will be enough to kill him. Cryptic Swarm plus a right click. Crystal Maiden picks up the last hit with 46 damage. Feeling really cool about herself. Tranquil Boots fully finished up on her, so more rotations can come on. She's gonna go ahead and just stack a camp or 2 and kill a creep over here or there, because she's a very cruel person. You know, we got a fight happening in the jungle. We got Sand King actually dropping the sandstorm, so the doo-doo-doo is getting played. I hope you guys love that song, because we're going to hear a lot about it today. We got Barrett actually going for it. He doesn't have his lasso, but he's going to be able to have more than enough to kill Wadafaka. And Wadafaka actually dies to a neutral creep. Dad hate though. Hashtag PJ Salt. But we got ourselves Invoker going to be forced back. He did rotate up top, and Quas Wax Invoker not as impactful as a Quas Exort Invoker, not as impactful as far as roaming for ganks as a Quas Wax Invoker. But I think he just TP'd up top to help out. And sadly, no kills were had this day, except for Sand King. Sand King died. That was the only person dying. Meanwhile, down bottom, speaking of dying, Faces Void has not died just yet, sitting at a whole entire 6 last hits, so he is like sitting on heaven. 7 last hits, not bad. Nagasara, she's going to be working on her Radiance, I'm assuming. I'm not sure if she's going to go Power Charge into Radiance or she's going to go straight up Radiance, but she has a Ring of Cool up, so maybe she'll go for Power Charge for a little bit more survivability. I'm definitely of the thinking of the faster she can get it, the better. The faster she gets that thing, the better. Anyway. Sentry Ward placed over here. Was Sand King save damage because of Sentry Ward? Just curious. I don't know. I mean, there's detection over here, but I don't know if Sand King gets hit, or if neutrals get the detection that everybody else gets. If they do, that'll be pretty cool. Anywho, take a look at the gold graph, or the net worth on the teams. We see ourselves about 1k gold advantage in favor of HOG, or House of Gamers. Moving over to the XP that we see there's a 1k advantage as far as XP on House of Gamers. So far they're doing really well on their farm. No towers have died just yet. And speaking of which, we got no tower about to be going down. Somebody does die. Invoker does go down. So the first kill, is the first kill Death Prophet? Yeah, Death Prophet's first kill. Only 1 kill inside of xGame so far, so xGame of course on the back foot, and it's going to get a little bit worse from here. We have Death Prophet of course with an ulti, going to go ahead and use that to kill his tower, and the ulti should be timing out here very soon, so I think they'll be just barely able to get the tower before somebody is able to TP in there. Meanwhile top lane we got Barrow, he's working on, looks to be a courier? Nope, bottle, okay, so bottle finished up by him. And Jakiro Venomancer trying to do that thing of pushing towers, Stallcat going to have a little bit of fun with that. Those Plague Wars getting placed down. Barrow unfortunately can't kill him with his fire. Instead he has to kill him with his right clicks, which is not always a good thing to do, because you actually might die from that. And dying is bad in this game, guys. I don't know if I pointed that out, but dying is bad. Lols. Anyway, moving on to the net worth, because I want to see who's worth the most. Death Prophet worth 3k gold, so I mean she should have Phase Boots. Yeah, okay, Phase Boots finished out bottle as well. And I'm not sure what she's going to be building next up. Moving over to the everything else. So we got Barrow. Actually, his ulti's online. He's going to go forward. He's going to look for Stallcat. Now Stallcat, oh my gosh, I think he's going to be going down. Looks like the last one, not going to fall through. Jakiro Ice Path falls through instead. And here comes a Venomous Gale. Stallcat going to go and turn around, doing quite a bit of damage to Barrow. Barrow trying to force Venomancer into his precipice a little bit. And Venomancer does back away, so neither side dies. But Venomancer is 1 Gale down. It looks like he might be going, yeah, he will be going down one way or another. Frostbite shows up, and also Ogre Magi shows up, and Venomancer shows down, because he's dead. Sunstrike comes out from Invoker, almost able to catch a Barrow. Is Barrow going to be able to survive? Meanwhile, I hear Invoker. Hey Shrew, getting picked up by him. He's working on Hand of Midas. So Mantis going to be investing in the later parts of the game. Faces Void on the other hand, still sitting there with not that much farm, no fear, trying to get what farm he can in the jungle. I'm not too hopeful right now. At this specific moment, I was going to throw it out there. I'm not too hopeful right now for xGame, because you have Faces Void who's really underfarming. He has his Chronosphere, so they might be able to catch a kill here. But you have a Faces Void who's really underfarmed. Nagasara is working on her Radiance. She's almost has the Relic. And like I said, there's a timing window for HOG. Nagasara is going to build her Radiance, which means that she's going to take a while to get online before she actually gets her damage items or survivability. So she's relatively easy to kill, assuming that you don't let her get her ulti off, of course, which is actually a lot harder said than done. Death Prophet, she's also there. The longer the game goes on, the closer she gets to Tornado Stick and Heart and Bloodstone, and the worse the game gets as well, because she should be so damn survivable. Anyway, speaking of being so damn survivable, we got Faces Void, Chronosphere comes through, just defensive Chronosphere. Venomancer dropping the ulti as well, and here comes the Sunstrike from Invoker, gonna be able to hit the Ogre Magi. I don't know if Ogre Magi is gonna be going down, but Venomancer, he looks like he might be going down. Plague Ward's available, or Venomous Gale's available. It doesn't really matter, he goes down anyway. And Barrow gonna be able to run around the trees. Sadly, I don't know if points this thing's gonna be enough. It's only ticking for 5 damage, so yeah, he's good. Barrow's good.
Top tower has fallen.
Relax, you're fine. And Barrow survives that whole entire thing. So yes, advantage in favor of House of Gamers. What a quite turn of events from their first game. The first game was going a lot in favor of xGame, of course, but they did have a little better as far as having an early game involvement. Speaking of early game involvement, Wadafaka on that Sand King almost has himself a whole entire Blink Dagger finished up, which means that we're going to see a lot of impact coming out from him. Speaking of impacts, Invoker has a Hand of Midas, so it's gonna be delayed a little bit. But once he does get his other items up, like I'm assuming he's going for a Necro Book this game, so he can help push or help do some more damage with more familiars. Invoker should be able to have a little bit of fun with that. As far as helping his team out with just that right click, or just that raw damage that he can throw out there. Meanwhile, speaking of raw damage, Crystal Maiden hitting for 55 damage, guys. That's like a miracle right now. She's going to be having a little bit of fun down bottom defending lanes. She is level 7, so she does have that 1 point of her ulti. Also maxed out Arcane Aura, so these guys are using a bunch of mana. So they're actually kind of investing in Orchid rolling around by the looks of it. Also, they're investing in, I'm assuming they're investing in Naga, trying to get some more farm. Because that's the only reason why you would put more points inside of it. Typically speaking, with Crystal Maidens, you will see them just put like maybe 2 points inside of this, max out Crystal Nova, and also put maybe like a few points in Frostbite. Crystal Nova damage goes up by quite a bit. The mana cost goes up just a little bit, but the damage goes up by quite a bit. So it's a really nice nuke to go ahead and have out there for 8-second cooldown, or 15-second cooldown. But having that maxed out Arcane Aura is helping her team out immensely as far as being aggressive early on. And I think it's really nice because they're creating a lot of space for Naga. I mean, Naga has really not been bothered. Like, she has 82 last hits and she's proud of it. Pretty much... Okay, if she would have had 10 last hits, it would pretty much be 10 last hits per minute. But right now, if I had to do the math, which CulBlu for some reason likes doing, she pretty much has 8 last hits per minute. Effectively, almost. Close enough. And Venomancer also has a hand of -2, so the aggression from xGame is more or less going to be put even further back behind. Venomancer not going to be able to do too much until he gets himself an Aghanim Scepter or something bigger of the sort. I'm assuming he's going to go for a Veil of Discord, which actually lets him kill with his ulti. And speaking of getting killing with his ulti, we got Venomancer going to go drop the ulti. Only catches the Death Prophet, which she should be going down. Sand King Epicenter does come through as well. A lot of resources getting used just to kill one Death Prophet, but that's one Death Prophet that they need to kill. 281 gold going towards the Sand King. And now we got a Jakiro going for the chase on top of Orchid forced back, and the Sand King, beautiful blink coming on top of Orchid should be going down. Nagasana shows up with her illusions. Relic is not in hand just yet. And she's going to continue to farm. Like, she's not even on the map right now. These guys on HOG are forced to place on 4 Protect 1. Crystal Maiden waiting in the trees. She might be able to do something. She doesn't get scouted out, but I think she already got scouted out.
I see that Radiant just
4 or 5 forced through. A moment might be able to do quite a bit in a moment. Get it? Anyway, TP's coming through though. We got 1 TP, 2 TPs, Nagasana showing up as well. Nagasana going to throw out the song and get a nice little fight, and Battle Road, a beautiful lasso, catches the Invoker, pulls him to one of the worst possible positions he could ever want to be in. And Crystal Maiden ultis are available on the backside. She actually gets hit with the Cold Snap. Frostbite comes through on top of Invoker. Invoker does go down. Crystal Maiden goes down as well. Meanwhile, we got the fight continuing. We got a nice little burst strike from Sand King, killing all the illusions of Nagasana. Nagasana, I don't know how close she is to her ratings, but I'm pretty sure she doesn't want to die right now. Looks like they will be able to get the advantage in the fight though. No Sentry Wars available to stop the Sand King from doing things. The Venomancer actually doing quite a bit. Carl on that Invoker does get himself a kill. I don't even know where the heck he is right now. Looks like he does. Oh, the familiars, right? His Forge Spears. And now we got Sand King missing the Bro Strike completely. Actually, he might lose his life here. Battlroad going to be able to get the kill here. Yes, he does get the kill, but Battlroad does lose his life in return. And speaking of losing his life in return, Nagasana shows up. Net available. Her body is ready. Stall Cat. Can you stall long enough so you won't die? It looks like he will be able to. Oh, Nagasana. She's moving slow, but she's going. She just might do it. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful body block. Coming from Plague Ward. And Venomancer. No Venomancers were killed that day. But here comes Invoker. Invoker gonna go ahead and drop that Cold Snap on top of Naga. Naga gonna lose quite a bit of HP, actually walking in a very good position, so Malum will be able to survive for like, 1 more second. Crystal Maiden going all in, beautiful ulti coming out from her, killing everything, but looks like Invoker does die anyway, to the poison damage coming from Nagasaren. So Nagasaren, to the poison damage coming out from Venomancer's Plague Wards. Nagasaren does lose her life at the end of the day, and I don't know, yeah, she still doesn't have Radiant, she's about 1k gold off of that. Now officially, what? 11k gold. 11k? That's not 11k. That's not 1k. No, 1.1k. Jeez, math is hard. But Faces Void has himself a Morbid Mask, so he's going to be working on that Mask of Madness. He will be able to help his damage output. Speaking of damage output, we got Faces Void with the Chronosphere available. Crystal Maiden actually might be the target. Looks like nope, they do decide to go away. And his bottom tower will not begin denied. Death Prophet does claim to kill on top of the tower, but she actually might lose her life here in a few seconds, moving quite fast. She can tornado herself if she needs to. Looks like she will be forced to continue to run. Faces where Chronosphere is available. He actually drops it, almost catches the Crystal Maiden. Crystal Maiden Frostbite is all she really needs to do. Ogre Magi wasting all the time in the world. Beautiful play coming out from these guys. Death Prophet going to be losing her life at one way or another, but still, she was able to stall long enough for her team to show up. Faces Void forced to go back with his tail between his legs, or his face between his non-existence of a face. Right, moving back onto the game though, Nagasana pushing on top. And Malum still in that timeline of Radiance. Goldgraph showing his way in favor of HOG for quite a bit, but then they lost a few team fights, and xGame are right back on the top, bringing that right back to 0. They're on top just a little bit. XP is showing in favor of HOG. I kind of expected HOG to have the advantage this whole entire game, but it looks like the Hand of Midases are helping keep xGame intact, and also xGame are playing not necessarily playing 5-man Dota in the sense that they're all pretty much clumped together. And even if they are, they're playing like maybe more like 3 2 or 3 man Dota instead. And with all that said and done, the Hand of Mice are able to cancel out all that lack of farm that they're getting, or all that split of farm that they're getting. And when Nagasan going to toss that net, looks like Sand King going to be going down. Waterfucker, he will be down here in a few seconds. Oh, nope, here comes Sandstorm. And Nagasan clearly likes that song. She has a song of her own, but sadly she's not going to go and sing it. Meanwhile, Ballard around the corner. I don't know if he got scouted out by the Central, but it doesn't really matter. Blink Dagger is available on Ballard, and he gets it on top of that Vinrancer. Vinrancer does go down, and Stallcat going to officially be going down. Meanwhile, down bottom, Faces Void. Excuse me, Faces Void going to continue to farm. Trying to push some lanes out, trying to get some much needed farm. He was quite behind. No Hand of Mice purchase up by him, which sometimes you see Faces Voids go for. And Sand King, no silence. Instead, he blinks away. And Death Robber throws out that ulti. Gonna go ahead and just force his tower down, force a fortify out. She can. They might need to fortify if they want to defend. Looks like they're going to have a good defense around the corner. They got nope, Bauer just scouts it out. Invoker and Jakiro waiting around the corner. Invoker working on looks to be a Necro book, so it's going to be coming up here very soon for him. Jakiro probably working on not dying. It's pretty hard to do, I heard. But looks like he's going to do it anyway. And nope, I take it back. Equal might be the only casualty in this whole entire thing. He does get hit with the slow. They're going to go for the chase off Death Robber. Death Robber does go down. Beautiful play coming for these guys. And here comes a casket from Batrider. Not going to be able to catch anybody. Speaking of catching anybody, we got Crystal Man in a little bit of trouble. She can turn around and false by if she really wants to. I'm not sure if she actually needs to. Looks like Feasible going to chrono just to kill Crystal and Ogre Magi. The range on his stun is a little bit too far. Faces Void actually, oh, now we get the kill. What? Oh, no, somebody dies. Somebody gets killed. Crystal Man does go down. Ogre Magi caught in the middle of his as well. He officially goes down too. I don't know if there's any mechanism on the side of xGame, but there is. It's gonna be really great. We got the Geometry side does get lost by Crystal Man, so that's why they dropped the chrono just for it. And then we got Bauer gonna be going down. And xGame gonna push themselves right on back to his mid tower. And look at that gold graph, guys. It's going in favor of xGame. Nice little drop. And for anybody who doesn't know math, because CulBlu clearly knows math, I was studying to be an engineer once, so I kind of learned things. But things about graphs. If you guys don't know how to read graphs too well, don't worry, CulBlu will explain. Basically, one of the key things to point out about graphs is that going from left to right, you have time, and going from up to down, you have value. That's pretty much standard. You should know that. Or we should all know that. We all know that. It says right there is time. But the reason why I pointed that out is because what that means is that as the graph changes over time, the number value, or the slope, the line changes. I don't know. And the reason why that's significant is because the steeper the changes, that means a shorter amount of time that it changed in, and that's a huge thing to point out because we see ourselves with a huge drop right now in the graph. That's basically like a 30-second interval that this gold graph dropped from the 0, or went from the 0 mark to where it's in nobody's favor and straight down to xGame's favor by 4K gold. 4K gold is a significant amount of gold considering that the tower advantage is going the way of nobody right now. So that's basically 4K gold worth, 4K worth of gold in both Hand of Midas's plus farm plus hero kills. So xGame are doing a fantastic job of making this game competitive, making this game as out of the advantage of HOG. Of course, it's still in timelines because Batrider, like I said, he has his Blink Dagger, and he's working on that 4-staff. Almost has that finished up. Actually, probably after this creep blade, he'll have it finished up. So he will be able to get himself some key pickoffs. So now, from here on out, it's basically going to be a game of how well can HOG get their pickoffs? How well can Batrider get a lasso to pull somebody to a bad position? And how well can actually get a kill? Because I think Nagasan, she's about to have a Radiance. That means that she's going to be online here very soon. As far as getting her damage items like a Mantis Style and everything else, or Heart to Rask. Not sure which one she's going to go for first. But the reason why Radiance is significant too is because Sand King has a Blink Dagger. Sand King's biggest source of impact is the fact that he can blink in and stun you and surprise the crap out of you. But with a Radiance on Naga, she can cancel that out within a certain radius. Also, we don't have a Blink. Yeah, we do have a Blink Dagger on Venomancer too. So that means it's going to be the same concept for Venomancer. Anyway, speaking of same concept, we got Batrider getting murdered down bottom. He does go down. Speaking of people going down, we got Faith in Strangers officially going to have no faith in his survival here. I'm going to be forced to run away. 4 people down here for the Dire, so xGame are going to be able to have the full surround. Face's voice shows up. Chronosphere getting dropped. He's going to be able to give himself a kill on top of his Ogre Magic, but I don't know if the Chronosphere is necessary. I'm not too entirely sure if that Chronosphere is necessary, but Face's voice and crew are going to be able to get the kill. I don't know if this is going to be a Hand of Midas. Probably going to be a Mountain. Looks like it's going to be another tower going in the way of an xGame. Meanwhile, top tower did go down. Death Robber ult is available. She's going to go ahead and drop it and just go for the kill on top of this tower. Faces Void, Chronosphere is officially down too. Radiance up on Naga, so I'm assuming she's pushing somewhere. Where the heck is Naga? Oh, there she is. She's pushing on top, right. And I'm getting lag, guys. Woohoo, lag. Best slideshow ever. Anyway, continue on though. We got a nice little meatball combination coming up from Invoker. Nagastar and drops out her song, and Crystal Man channels her ulti a little bit. Now we got Death Robber going to be able to stay alive for just a little bit longer. Faces Void, time walks around the corner. And I'm trying to follow this game, but this is looking like the best slideshow ever. Like I said, guys, I don't know what's going on with my connection right now. Anyway, moving back on to whoever this is. Sand King trying to get a kill on top of Death Rough. Death Rough are going to be able to get a kill on top of him. Sand King not having the best of times right now. Waterflock are going to be getting down, and he gets killed by Crystal Maiden of all people. She gets herself 359 gold going into her pocket. I'm assuming she's going to be building a Blink Dagger. It's really hard to tell. Blink Daggers are nice for Crystal Maidens, but Face the Void actually looks like he's going to be going down here in a few seconds. Master Man is available. Has no mana left for his time long. I don't think these guys really care. They are going to be able to get the kill anyway. Face the Void does go down. Meanwhile, Barrett full stabs himself around the corner. Going to be able to kill himself some creeps, and his top tower should be going down because it's extremely low in HP, and they're extremely low in ways to defend it right now. Invoker's going to be up here right about now. Necro level 3 is up on him. I'm assuming Brutal Travel will be his next big item. Meanwhile, Nagasarin doing that pushing thing because that's what she does. 2k gold saved up. That's going to be Brutal Travel for her once she does have that flowing out to her. Meanwhile, on top we got Jakiro actually getting hit with a whole bunch of damage, and Batroid force stabbing himself away. Doesn't want to die right now. And Naga, right. That one thing that Naga does, that everybody does, she pushes towers with her illusions. She's going to use the one to scout out as well, or push mid. And bottom tower, as you guys heard the old man say, is in turmoil. It's like this is going to be able to kill that Radiance Naga. Not before losing some armor though. So interesting state of the game. Nagasaur and Booster Travel finished up. The gold graph going right back up towards the guys on the side of HOG. You guys just learned a lot about graphs. You guys learned a little bit more. You see what I mean? Basically a short amount of time, things change, people die, people feed, so to speak, or just lose a lot of towers. Influences the gold graph quite a bit, and this is a very swingy game because there have been a lot of people with killing sprees lost on both sides. So I guess we should expect that, but even still, it's a little bit more swingy than I would like to see a game, especially considering the fact that between Face of Void and Nagasarin, I think Nagasarin can outcarry Face of Void, assuming Naga goes for a defusal, and also assuming that Face of Void can't get his Chronosphere off before Nagasarin actually uses her defusal blade, or actually gives rid of all of his mana. Face of Void without mana, surprisingly not that great. It's pretty painful to watch sometimes because he can't really do anything but just stand there and die. Also, Face of Void silenced up is also not that great either, but he'll get a BKB if he needed to, which this game I do think he needs to. Take a look at the net worth so we can see who's worth the most on the map. Face of Void is sitting there at 5k net worth, almost 6k net worth, behind the Sand King actually. Nagasaur is sitting way at the top, pretty much double his net worth. So she is feeling like a really cool baller right now. Only one death to her name. Face of Void has died a whole entire one time as well. So we see both carries basically just kind of being passive, letting the team do most of the work, most of the heavy lifting. The kill count is actually quite close. 12 kills on the side of HOG, 15 kills on the side of xGame. It's quite close considering the fact that I was expecting HOG to get a little bit more ahead in the earlier parts of the game because of Ogre Magi and also because of Crystal Maiden. But looks like xGame definitely know how to defend themselves or play very passively enough to where they don't lose a lot. And Invoker, oh man, hold on, here lasso. Barrett gets a lasso on top of this wild Jakiro, so Jakiro gonna get pulled in. Motherfucker gonna go drop the ulti as well as the Burrow Strike, and Sand King Sand King almost able to get the kill on Ogre Magi. Ogre Magi is just barely alive. Mail him on that, oh man, beautiful Chronosphere coming off from Face of Void, catches Stallcat. Oh, sorry, catches his own ally, no, wrong person. It's actually, no, almost beautiful. He actually almost caught everybody. Just a split second off, so never mind, I take it back, guys. Horrible Chronosphere. Anyway, Death Rough is gonna be going down. Oh no, she stays alive. Nice little tornado coming out from her. She does get killed on top of Sand King. She might be able to get the kill. Nope, double kill going for Crystal Maiden. She's still alive for some reason. And now we got the tower going to be going down. Pink's coming to the map. Push meets push. Death Rough still has a little bit of time left from her ulti. Gonna be just enough time for her to actually do some damage to this tower. Not a whole lot. Probably like one pass for every ghost. And she heals herself right on back up. So, yeah, about that Chronosphere. I thought that Chronosphere was good until I realized that Face of Void's on the same team as Dire. It was more or less a blind Chrono. They don't have vision inside the trees over here. I thought that was their vision. But Face of Void chronoed like right about there, and it caught Venomancer on the end of it, and I think that's all it caught. Everybody else on the side of the radiant were pretty much like right about there. It's like hashtag Delta Split. But yeah, so that happened. So the Chronosphere was a little bit off, just slight bit off. No, quite a bit off. Maybe next time around we get a better Chrono, but that's basically what turned that whole, not necessarily turned the fight. I think xGame were losing that fight to begin with. Death Rough ulti was going in the background, if I'm not mistaken. You also had Ogre Magi and Crystal Maiden doing a little bit too much as far as being able to control people. It just got out of hand. It just got out of hand. Speaking of things getting out of hand, though, Crystal Maiden, no hand of Midas. Instead, she's going to go ahead and give herself a BKB. So it's going to be nice for her channeling her full ulti, getting all the damage possible. Or maybe she's going for Nags. I like BKB better than Nags with Crystal Maiden because at least she'll be able to like maybe survive some of the nukes. And also she'll be able to channel her full ulti. Which I think channeling your full ulti is better than getting more damage on your ulti. That you can't even channel anyway. Because you'll probably get stunned. Speaking of stuns though, Sand King, Force Staff is up on him, so he's going to be able to Blink Dagger Force Staff, put on his best Batrider impression. XP Graph showing his way in favor of HOG, which is not good considering that there's a Handamitis, or two Handamitis on the side of xGame. Also, Gold Graph is in favor of HOG too. That's probably a result of the fact that they got the bottom tower, plus they won the team fight relatively handily. We got a Rosh attempt coming up here in a few seconds by these guys. And I think Crystal Maiden scouted out. Nope, she TP's out. She TP's out instead. So we're gonna see a Rosh, easy Rosh attempt coming from these guys. Invoker does have 1 point inside of Rex, so he can go ahead and outgrid himself. And oh my gosh, where's Faces Lloyd? Faces Lloyd's waiting on the backside, he's playing the bodyguard. Venomancer Plague Ward's gonna be able to scout at everything around the corner. They do see everybody. Nagastorm pops that ulti, and Venomancer pops his ulti too. I'm not sure about that ulti, but it looks like he did pop it to kill the Roshan a little bit faster. Meanwhile, BKB can pop a Death Rock. She's gonna go for a beautiful Chronosphere coming from Faces Lloyd, but sadly he doesn't have a lot of HP. He's gonna be going down anyway. We got Sand King on the backside trying to do what he can, but not enough. Everybody dying within the pit right now. This is a pit of death. Pretty much everybody dead. A very awkward fight in the sense that Venomancer popped his ult, I think, to kill Roshan faster, but didn't really do anything. Just help them get the kill on top of help the enemy team get the kill on top of the Aegis, or on top of the Rosh. And Aegis goes to Naga, so a free ulti, or free Aegis. My bad. I'm all over the place, guys. But yeah, that was a nice Nagastorm ulti. It cut it off in a very same void. Thank you.
Dyer's middle town is in the one end of business.
Oh, that's hilarious. Anyway, Nagastorm, she has herself her Yasha. She's working on Mantis Style next. Oh, not working on it. She has her Mantis Style. It's going to be flying out to her, you know, via the courier. But she has Aegis too, so that's going to be great for her. I don't necessarily think the Faces Lloyd's Chrono was what killed them. I think the Nagastorm song was perfect. It basically caught them at, not necessarily at the state of stealing Roast by a few right clicks, but just caught them at the state of, okay, we're in the pits, nobody can do anything right now but die, and that's all they really did. Anyway, Sand King's Epicenter was kind of this, so Waterfall can try to do what he could. Anyway, speaking of trying to do what you can, we got Faces Lloyd, Crystal Maiden channel that full ulti, gets that BKB off, and she's going to be doing quite a bit of damage. Venomancer going to be the one to get down. Crystal Maiden does die at the end of the day to, I think, Venomancer. But there's the amount of buybacks coming off from Venomancer and Crystal Maiden respectively. They're going to go for some tower dives because that's what you do in Dota, you tower dive. Venomancer sadly has no stun, no MKB, please nerf. Nagastorm Illusion's going to go ahead and run in circles. Speaking of running circles, Malum on the Nagastorm only died 1 time, feeling very cool right now. Venomancer died 6 times. BK or Blink Dagger not going to be able to use it because Radiance, and he has an Aghanim Scepter too, so his ulti does do quite a bit of damage, but without something like an Elder Titan or without an item like a Veil, Discord is not really doing too terribly much damage. Venomancer's ulti does come through over Magi. Then they're going to drop the stun. Nagastorm drops the ulti. And she's gonna just force these guys to stand still. She's level 17, so it's gonna be up every 60 seconds. And nice little defensive retreat. Defensive retreat? Tactical retreat. No, it's not a retreat. It's a tactical fallback. They're tactically falling back. They're not retreating, guys. They're not wimps. It's a tactical maneuver. There you go. But yeah, Crystal Maiden BKB was cool. She was able to get her full ulti off. Maybe now she can get an ag so she can get some more damage from it. But I think the BKB was nice. She was able to get herself a kill on top of Faces Lloyd and Venomancer by herself. So good job, Crystal Maiden. High five. You're not defeating, you're helping. Anyway, take a look at the items on the map. Shiva's Guard's up on Death Prophet, so just to make her a little bit more annoying, give her some more HP. And she'll be even more annoying because she'll have that armor factor. Moving on to the Crystal Maiden, she has a BKB, which we talked about. Ogre Magi has an Aghanim Scepter, so Double Stun Dota is officially online. He also has a Geometry Sight too. Batrider has a Blink Dagger, Force Staff, and Boots of Travel. No Mask of Madness, so I'm disappointed. But he's pretty much moving as fast as he really needs to move. Anyway, he can also TP into these nice engagements. Speaking of TP into nice engagements, Nagastorm and Boots of Travel. Plus, she has herself a Radiance and a Mantis Style too, so she has even more illusions. Plus, a lot of damage coming up from those. And Batrider gets the last on top of Jakiro. Jakiro going to be getting beat up. Batrider does claim that kill, being very mean. And the timing window, guys, is officially up. xGame have not met their quota as far as being able to keep Nagastorm and Batrider down. Smoke C getting used? Will these guys run away from a nice little wraparound gank? It's a big question. Looks like Venomancer not going to be able to use his Blink Dagger. Yes, he will. He's going to be able to blink into the middle if he wants to. They're all going to come into the fight. Beautiful chrono coming up from Faces Lloyd. He actually catches a few people, but the Nagastorm song is going to put him to sleep. And now we got Death Rapper ulti not really doing much. They're going to go ahead and cancel it. Chris Man and Palm that BKB plus the ulti actually catching quite a few people. Bauer and Ogre Magic both dead respectively. Invoker actually dies as well. I hate the epicenter. I see the epicenter. It's going to be able to get the kill on top of Death Rapper. The answer is no. She tornadoes herself just in time. Cheese is also available. Actually, no, Cheese not available. Anyway, Death Rapper going to go ahead and get the kill on top of Sankey anyway. And she survives just long enough. Well, that happened. So, GG well played. GG well played indeed. That's going to be it for the game, guys. That was a very hectic last minute of the game, but looks like HOG, House of Gamers, able to pull the game away from xGame. And, I don't know, yeah, you just have to think about the choices that were made. I think if you put Invoker mid as a cost wax and you put Faceless Void to get the primary farm, I think that would have been fine. But I mean, even with that, it's still kind of hard to call because now with the Radiance stops Sand King from blinking. If Sand King can't blink, I don't know. It's just a lot of theories that you can throw out there. But I think the main thing is that, of course, HOG did deserve the win. They did fight really hard. xGame did fight really hard back, but sadly, it wasn't enough. And that's gonna be it for the game, guys. So, my name is CulBlu. I was watching you guys this game in the JoinDota League of House of Gamers versus xGame. If you guys want to check me out on my channels, you can check me on YouTube, which is youtube.com/CulBluDota. That's CulBluDota. You can also check me on Twitch, which is twitch.tv/CulBlu. That's CulBlu. That's where I do my live streaming and stuff, and YouTube's where I theoretically post on my VODs, but I'm so bad on posting VODs, like it's not even funny. Anyway, so that's gonna be it. Enough of my shortcomings. Let's go ahead and end this video. So hope you guys enjoyed it. And as always, I'll see you guys whenever.